for calculating the thickness curve by density function theory. Certainly, right. Yes. Yeah. Yes, right. I'm not trying to argue here that the Kelvin equation is any more accurate than anyone else believes it is. The interesting thing, I think, is that by using a more modern mathematical approach, one develops, or using things like density functional theory, you can get some additional information, or consistency at least, out of the Kelvin approach that seems quite interesting. Yes, they're almost identical. You know, within 1 or 2 angstroms. And then the Kelvin equation seems to keep coming back to be more accurate than it deserves to be for some reason. Yes.
Okay, Professor Collins, one last question.
Basis of doing the desorption isomer, that the way you explained it, you were doing the adsorption isomer. The rationale in the beginning is that as you came down, you know, lose surface area, etc. But then the picture you showed us what we're doing the absorption 0.2 or 0.3. So then you analyze the adsorption. Did I get that?
I'm talking about the adsorption branch in all cases. In all cases, the BJH method envisions the incremental decrement of the adsorption branch or point absorption branch in imagination. I mean, it's not the way the data is taken. It's simply the way that the algorithm says to do the calculation in tabular form. You start at the largest size and work down.
Another comment that you mentioned you get negative area if you do the calculation with BJH on the wood.
You can do it, yeah, yes.
Why do no automatic instrument manufacturers ever show you that data?
Well, why would they want to do that? No, it's certainly, it's always done in the literature. The tabulation stops at the first negative. It's just common practice to do it that way. Because it was realized that that was simply the accumulation of error in the technique, and that's as far as it can go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, John. Okay, as in the previous sessions, what we plan to do now is pass the microphone around to the 5 speakers. If I may, I'm going to go backwards in time. We've just heard from Jim Olivier, so I don't need to remind you what he's speaking about. If I go backwards, before him was nice to see, he was talking about molecular simulations of point sizes and activities. Before him, there was Mike Rhodes talking about simulations of Paul Bloch phenomena. And then there was David Nicholson with simulations of diffusion in model systems. And the first paper of the session was computer simulation studies of absorption in model symmetry cores with different proportional heterogeneity. And what I would plan to do is to invite discussion on all these papers together, but if you have any particular questions for a particular author, if you say so. And what I'll do now is simply hand the microphones down and invite questions from the audience. Yes.
I've got a question for HFC, but I think it might be a more general discussion. How relevant is the graphite plane as a model for an activated carbon? How relevant is it to take the graphite plane to model activated carbon?
As opposed to...
as opposed to, I don't know yet, I don't have the answer.
Okay, yeah, there's... it turns out that there are different ways one could look at it. One is whether the corrugation matters, let's say, and the other one is the pore shape right, and do we necessarily need to have so many, assume there's a different number of layers. I think Bill Steele's paper earlier that's showing that corrugation doesn't matter that much. In fact, it doesn't, because the corrugation in carbon is a relatively short wavelength. It doesn't make much difference. So we have a structural surface, and I think that's reasonable. It turns out that there are many other alternative shapes. You have a pore of square cross-section, let's say, a rectangular pore, triangular pore, and one of the things we're interested in looking at, and in fact we have a poster tomorrow, is looking at the effect of a different assumed pore shape and different numbers of carbon layers. And all of these, within certain limits, make a difference. And ultimately, one would need to look at making different assumptions and see whether it affects the PSD, for example, and then want to go beyond that and say, does it affect what we're really interested in, which is the diffusion rate or the multi-component equilibrium or whatever? Is that a reasonable answer? Or?
Yeah. Are they amorphous domain, for instance?
They're also amorphous domains, exactly. I think that, yes, that's also true. But I think that whatever model you have, it needs to be possible to discriminate between different alternative models experimentally. And so, yes, we know it's amorphous, but is it 20% amorphous? How is the amorphous and crystalline regions arranged together? There's no point in introducing an extra degree of difficulty if we can't resolve it experimentally. That's where I start. Anybody else wants to? The pressure ranges, that's a very important point. The pressure range, in a sense, was too narrow, but it was the experimental pressure range that could have been broader. We simulated over the whole of the experimental pressure range, but the highest pressure is only 1 atmosphere or 1 bar, I forget. If you have high pressure, we speak sometimes of this window of reliability between, on the one hand, the smallest pore accessible to a molecule and where the isotherms become indistinguishable. And this window becomes broader at the high pore size end as you increase the pressure. So we had available experimental data. That was what they published. If they published data up to 20 atmospheres, then the window would have been wider, and we could have then stretched the methane PSD to higher pore sizes. Yes, but it wouldn't. Yes, we could. We've done it. It's fine. But it doesn't manufacture any greater reliability in the analysis. What pressure do you do the experiments? Well, yeah, you're right. That's quite right.
I have questions for the other papers, but also lady there.
Right, I hadn't intended to make quite such broad claims as that. But it's a good point. If I were to do, we haven't done it, I don't know what we'd see, but if we were to do a typical factorial plot to try and set a factorial dimension, then perhaps we want to come up with a number of some sort. This question of to what extent one should use a factorial language to describe this kind of effect, or to use a non-factorial language, I think is an open one. As you know, we have no factorial, it's not a non-factorial model that we have here, and I didn't mean to imply that factorial solids don't exist, and for some solids the factorial analysis might be appropriate. But I think what this does show is that by using simply Euclidean geometry on a microscopic scale, then we can describe these experimental data. I don't mean to say that we don't need a factorial model, and that the body of evidence is so great for factorial behavior and absorption. I'm sure that this is real. So this is one way of looking at data that's appropriate, it seems, for this particular sample that we investigated. And there's no anomalous diffusion in the single core level in this model, let's say. Although, because it's a percolating network, near the percolation threshold, there would be anomalous diffusion. So I see this as an alternative way of looking at it, and one that, in terms of the results and the consistency of different temperatures and so on, seems to make sense for this particular type of sample. Does that answer the question? Maybe not really. The argument against using a beta, we use actually a simple cubic lattice which has reconnections. The beta lattice doesn't have reconnections and therefore isn't physical for a core network like this. So that's the reason we didn't use the beta lattice. But perhaps we should discuss that later on.
That one's going to run and run and run, I'm sure. We did have 4 other papers in that session, and 4 interesting papers too. Can I invite any more questions on those? Kaz?
I have a question for Mark Nader. The question is, your cavities. I understand that in one dimension they were infinite. In another dimension they were either 7 or 6 molecular layers. Now, the third dimension, how long it was? 7 also. Infinite? No. They could not be.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about this dimension? Yeah.
Hello? Testing. I tried a few different sizes for this. I mean, within the realities of actually getting a simulation done and not taking years to do it, you can't have that too long. The actual size of that, let me try and remember, is about, it's about 8 or 9 molecular diameters. And once you get to the middle, when you get to the middle here, the interaction is basically the same as if this was an infinite slit of that width. So when you get to around the middle, there's no real effect from the actual junction.
It's very interesting because one thing that's the retention will depend on the length of the in a very long cap, there will be no retention.
So, well, I mean, the reason that it's retained in here is because of the effect, the actual.
That'd be comfortable, that'd be like here, but obviously what you want.
Good answer? Good to know, I think. Are there any more questions? Steve Tennyson.
It's really to what you had said today, simultaneously, comment to the question. What we're seeing now is simulation of transport. In one case, it's a small microport, it just has no end, so it's sort of the molecule going through that. And you also have ends, you have things that get to be stopped by transport. So the question is, if we take this to a practical extent, when we start measuring the diffusion cells, are we going to expect to see dramatic differences in between diffusion probes, the probe accessing molecules into solids, by comparison with things like NMR, neutron systems, where you can just probe molecule transport within the pores? Should we start to expect to see dramatic differences in the actual measurements of the system?
Okay, well, I mean, my simple-minded view of this is that one starts from looking at simple models for pores and then build those into networks. And I think that this is the point where you've got to confront the question of how you treat the junctions. And the most straightforward way to do that is simply to solve a sort of Kirchhoff problem, where you say, well, you find the concentration of all the junctions, and then you can get the flux through the whole network. So that ignores any junction structure. I think that Mike's model shows that there would actually be absorption hotspots at the. If you actually model the junction specifically, there would be absorption hotspots, and there's also a rather interesting potential energy profile, which would have quite an important effect on the overall transport properties. But as far as a real material is concerned, because you never know what that network structure is, so you're using the model and relating it to what you can measure experimentally. So you may be taking account of those properties in the model without actually specifically modeling. I don't know how you can go much more realistic with modeling the junction.
I don't know if this answers or adds anything, but when I was doing the analysis, I initially was trying to measure a diffusion coefficient, but it just became impractical because there's such a range of diffusions in the different molecules. Molecules that were in the hotspots would stay there; they wouldn't move over the whole length of the simulation. And any that were close to the walls were pretty immobile, but ones like away from the walls were very mobile. So it had this huge distribution of diffusions, and that really messed up the overall average. I mean, if you're averaging over the whole lot, you've got it looks like there was a lot higher diffusion coefficient than was really the case if you looked at it individually.
Well, I think we've run out of time a little, but there's no harm in that. I really must close the session now because people have other commitments. All I'd like to do, I would like to end the session by thanking each of the 5 speakers for an excellent session. I've enjoyed it, I hope you have too.